well, or getting you to the point of understanding your equation, and they want you to find the y-intercept and the slope of your line. Well, we talked about way at the very beginning, if I have my line in this form, y equals mx plus b, I know the number in front of the x is the slope, I know the n number is the y-intercept. So what they're going to do is have you rearrange those equations and solve them for y so that you can then answer the questions. So if I have 6x plus 3y equals negative 3, and I want to get the y by itself, I'm going to move my x term to the other side first. I'm going to say that 3y equals, because I know I want my x first here, I'm going to put it in that order. So since this was a positive 6x, when I move it over, it's going to be a negative 6x. And then that minus 3 is just going to go on the end. So I'm just sneaking this over here, but I'm going to put it in front so it ends up in the same order of what my equation looks like. Then I still have to divide by the 3. So if I divide these by 3, y is going to equal negative 2x minus 1. Now I can look at my equation and answer my two questions. This one happens to ask for the y-intercept first. The y-intercept is just going to be that number on the end. If x is 0, I'm going to get negative 1 for my answer. My slope is going to be, oh, how'd that get typed in like that? That's supposed to say slope. We'll just fix them. Okay, y-intercept and slope, that's what we're supposed to be finding. The slope is the one that's in front of the x. The slope then is just going to be negative 2 for that line. Again, sometimes when you solve, you will get fractions. It's okay to have a slope that's a fraction. You saw that already. So number 11, if I want to find the y-intercept and the slope of the line, first thing we're going to do, rearrange it, solve it for y. So negative 5y is going to equal, don't forget the negative in front of that 5. When I move my x to the other side, it's going to be negative 4x plus 2 then. Then I'm going to go ahead and divide by my coefficient of negative 5. So I'm going to divide by negative 5. And y is going to equal, here I've got a negative over a negative, so it's going to be a positive 4/5 x. And then here a positive over a negative, so minus 2/5. So my y-intercept is going to be the negative 2/5 on the end, and my slope is going to be the 4/5 that's in front of the x, exactly. And unfortunately, I'm way down at the bottom of my page, so I can't move that up very far. I'm going to rewrite it over here. If I have 3x plus 5y plus 1 equals 0, I still want to go ahead and solve that for y. If I'm going to solve that for y, either I can move the y over or I can move the 3x and the 1 over. It doesn't really matter. Which ones do you want to move? Do you just want to move the y over, or do you want to move it the other way?
Just the y.
Just the y, okay. So if we just move the y, because that's shorter to do, 3x plus 1 is going to equal negative 5y. So in order to solve that for y, we're going to divide by negative 5. So negative 3/5 x minus 1/5 equals y. Or y equals negative 3/5 x minus 1/5. I switch it around so it looks pretty. So my y-intercept would be don't forget the sign, negative 1/5. And my slope is going to be negative 3/5. All right,